Yeah, good afternoon, all of you. My name is Faizur Rehman, and apart from being the country director of Chempolis, which bring the technology in India, I'm also a director in Assam Biorefinery Private Limited. And thanks to Alok Sharma ji, we are also the recipient of the Viable Gap funding of 150 crores, which Government of India is giving by the scheme of G1 Yojana. So we are constructing our biorefinery. We are using bamboo as a biomass, and I'll try to detail it out for you guys to understand what actually we are doing. If we see what we are doing right now, we are into a transition phase. Means if we can give it to the industrialization, and then we literally create so much of carbon emission all across us. Now we are trying to understand that what is the best way to fuel our energy requirement. And as you guys are very much aware that India is a developing nation, and the pace which we grow is something like 7 to 10% per annum, and we are a 1 point almost 4 billion people country. So you can imagine what is our desire and what is our hunger to fuel our growth into this world. And now when we have taken the G20 presidency, it is also to demonstrate the world that how we want to shape our future and how we want to be more sustainable. And as we know, literally now we are living in a bioeconomy. Everybody is aware what we are consuming, the energy from where it is coming. People are talking about electric vehicles, people are talking about sustainable materials. These are a very common terms these days, and it is how we are building our business also on that thing. So industrial production is changing into a sustainable value chain. Every big company across the world have announced that they want to be carbon neutral. Somebody has taken a very aggressive target of 2035, 2040, or maybe earlier than that. And if we really want to make it possible, then we need to find out what are the ways we have to achieve this target. We are definitely thinking for more renewable, not fossil. That is the, I think, the primary source or primary way why everybody want to improve. Then we want to use or reuse the products. People are talking about making the textile by reusing the fabrics or the material. Circular, if we can multiply the use of one material, that will also give us sustainable way. And then we need to adopt the formula, if it is possible in our daily life, that less is more, then maybe we can limit our resources which we are consuming from this Mother Earth. So just to brief about Fortum. Fortum is a company from Finland. It's a utility company what NTPC to India. It is pretty much like to Finland. And we are having hydro, nuclear and combined heat and power plants, and our presence is in Nordic Europe, which includes Sweden, Finland, and we were very heavily invested in Russia also. So when we were using the waste, when we were doing the various method of creating the energy, some like a decade ago, we have an agenda, we have a strategy that now the world is going to shift towards the material rather than energy, because solar and wind are going to take the center stage, and it is very much possible to develop the power requirement, or up to a certain level we can achieve the power requirement by solar and wind and other sustainable material. So our business is based on the model or the belief that people are going to be asking about more and more of sustainable material. That's how we have developed this business, which is Bio2X. Bio to infinity, literally, in all the possible senses. That's how we are targeting. We use the technology, Formico Bio technology of Chempolis. This is the company which has developed this technology, and Fortum has invested in this technology like 7 years back. And we are basing our business majorly on this technology, where the possibility of accumulating or integrating the next level or the further technologies into the picture is also possible. This is the basic slide how this Campolis technology work, and we are acutely aware that 1G and 2G have a big gap of capex. Means whatever we can set up a plant in 1G technology, the 2G plant require a huge amount of capex. But then we need to be aware that we need to be understand that 2G technology is possible to give us more and more efficiency. Means if we can just see the whole portfolio, what we can manufacture by using the biomass, that's also a reason why we should promote the 2G technology. First is we are going to get more efficient utilization of the biomass, and second that the products which are coming in this portfolio are of high sustainable values. If you see a typical biorefinery for us is going to give us something like 40-45% of our revenue from ethanol, and then 50-55%. And in some advanced scenario where we are going to utilize lignin to the high value products, are going to give us more than 60% of the revenue. So the capex is high if you compare 1G to 2G, but the efficiency is also very high. And I'm pretty sure, and I promise to Alokji, that in not more than second refinery, we are going to be more than profitable than what we are already. There is a decent amount of money on the table with Assam Biorefinery, with the government support of 1G price, and we expect a slightly better price for the 2G ethanol for our this Assam Biorefinery. We will be sooner than later going to be profitable, because the other side of the portfolio is very high value products, and it has a global market. People are looking to buy lignin, which we produce, the sulfur-free lignin, and I have a couple of slides to add on to that thing. This is the slide I was talking. If you make a typical, or if you target to make ethanol and try to find out a technology, you gain the efficiency of something like 25-30% in a best case scenario. But if you go to make the best utilization of the biomass, then there is a possibility of achieving something like 90%, because the product which are coming from my refinery or Assam Biorefinery to start with, having a super value, marketable commodity, established commodity most of the cases, and the rest we are developing with our partners in Europe. This is our first joint venture, and this is the project which has been funded by Ministry of Petroleum via CST. We have granted the 150 crores of viable gap funding. This is a joint venture between Numaligarh Refinery Limited and Campolis and Fortum on the other side. We are bringing in the foreign direct investment in the northeastern part of the country, which requires a huge amount of capex. There is a lot of potential to develop that area. We are going to utilize 500,000 metric ton of bamboo on a wet basis and almost 300,000 ton on dry basis. And at the bottom of the slide, you guys can see the portfolio, the output, which is going to be from the Assam Biorefinery. And as you can see that 49,000 or 50,000 metric ton is the ethanol, but acetic acid and furfural, which is a saleable commodity international market, is also a very sizable amount there. And biocoal have the potential to extract lignin out of it. In Assam Biorefinery, we have setting a combined heat and power plant, which is going to get fueled by this biocoal. And if somebody have a issue with coal burning, I think this is a good replacement for that, and we can talk to power companies that this biocoal can be utilized in their boilers also for providing some green energy out of it. Next slide, please. Some socio-economic benefits that with 1G there is always a debate of food versus fuel kind of a scenario. But if we literally take the waste which we burn in our farms and we can convert it into some high value products, I think this is a double achievement. At the one side we are removing the problem of burning. On the second hand, we are creating a huge amount of employment also, because when we accumulate from farmers the straw or bamboo, we create a lot of supply chain employment over there. And in a given case scenario, we are going to pumping in something like 200 crores for buying bamboo or for buying wheat straw or paddy straw in 1 year. So there is going to be a multiplier effect. And I think the best part of this whole biorefinery concept is that we need not to be in any industrial area or anything very close to a metro city. We want to go as close to the farms as we can, so that we can take the benefit of a very small area of supply chain. And whatever we are achieving on the CO2 emission, generating 25 megawatt of green power and all the other socio-economic benefit. And when we are dealing with the biomass, I would like to highlight that the problem of accumulating the biomass could be a opportunity to create a very digital, very cooperative supply chain model. We have seen a very successful model of Amul, how we can accumulate milk, or how we can accumulate the farmers together to help in building the nation. And now it's the time to use the best of the technologies, and we are going to use the best of technology in digitalization supply chain. We have created an app with the help of TCS, which will bring all these 30,000 odd farmers or bamboo growers with us in the supply chain. The idea is very clear that we want to make the digital payment as we do the Paytms or Google Pay these days. It takes 2 to 3 seconds. The idea is that the moment we got the bamboo in our custody, we can make their payment directly, so that they are with us. They are with us with the choice. They are with us with the trust we can build with them. And this is possible. This is happening in northeast of the country. Few pictures from my side. You guys can see the digesters are there. There is a bamboo handling unit, the big slope which you are seeing. The pipelines are coming in, the chemical units are getting established over there. We have already achieved 82% of completion of the project, and we are due for mechanical completion by the end of this year, for sure. And we would commission the plant early next year. So I was talking about some high-value products. There is a furfural application. Furfural to furfural alcohol is the normal or the natural conversion that we can make furfural to furfural alcohol. I think the world conversion rate is something like 80+%. Furfural is getting that. But we have been tested, and we have our partners with us who can make multifold product out of furfural. Also, that's also possible to make it more valuable, to make it more commercially feasible for the biorefineries. We are already working into that direction. Next slide, please. I think this is the very near future game changer for the biorefineries. As I've shown you, we are burning something like 190,000 ton of bio coal in our boiler to create power and steam. And coal is a coal, so even if to the high value of the coal, we are talking about like 7 to 10 rupees if in a different world scenario. But if I extract lignin out of it, that have a very high value, up to like 40 to 50 rupees, and in some cases up to like 100 rupees per kg kind of a scenario, which is possible, and which is possible in the way that we have a work together with the people like Michelin and BMWs. They are looking for tire filler. They are looking for making the interiors of the car, because our lignin is sulfur free. So there is no new car smell. You will smell when you enter in the car with our lignin. And that development is going together with them. We have a very high results, and we have a very good faith from that development. So this is not a future thing. This is as new as my second plant. I'm going to implement this lignin into it. And definitely we will try to make the more and more plant commercially viable with the way we want to develop our business in a sustainable form. Yes, please. And we are not stopping there. And we are again a recipient of Mr. Alok Sharma's good office support for setting up a demo plant. We have a viable gap funding for that also. And this is the area which we are targeting next. Maybe the third biorefinery can be of the pulp. because we can convert our cellulose into textile fiber, and the person you are seeing in the photograph is actually wearing the material which has been produced from our demo plant, and this fabric has been developed. As you can see it, there is a feel of a natural fabric. The cloth is very much wearable. So we wanted to test more and more material available in the country to develop this textile fiber. And trust me, this is literally a next level thing, the value which we can extract out of this, commercial value also. And if we see the benefit in terms of replacing cotton with wheat and something like that, how much water we can save, how much more food we can produce to serve the country. And definitely the way India works, it's not only for us, we wanted to share it with other countries also, so we can export the food grains also from the country, while we meet the textile need of the country also. So this is more or less what we are doing. We are open for partnerships. We have a very strong working partnership with EIL. EIL is our EPCM for our first Assam biorefinery, and we have a collaboration agreement with them also to find out the way how we can develop, how we can bring this technology from West to and localize to India, and try to take the concept of Make in India forward, try to create more and more employment for the country, and of course we can create more financial wealth for ourselves also, because that is the purpose of this business per se. Whatever the ideology, that's a different thing, but that is what we are doing. That's all from my side. Thank you very much.